Got a new song today, Beyond the Sea. Bobby Darin made it pretty popular. A lot of people have covered it. It's originally a French song, La Mer, the sea. The only chart I could find was this really simple one in an old real book, and the chords are so incredibly simple, and I just got to tell you that the way most people play it now, it's been reharmonized so many times through the years that those reharmonizations have become standard. So let me show you what those reharms are. And first we'll just play the song the way it is. Okay, that's just the first part of the song. See, it was just 3 chords there. F, C7th, and B flat. And you know, I'm going to do some pretty advanced harmonic work on this song towards the end of the video, so if this first part is boring you, just skip ahead 5 or 10 minutes and see what I'm up to in the later part of the video. Okay, so the most basic reharmonization is to turn this into a 1-6-2-5, D minor, G minor 7th, C 7th, okay, inverting the C 7th there. Okay, and now we're trying to get to B flat, and the way it's kind of evolved to is the bass walks down to B flat, and it kind of does it like this. Okay, now that's what I call a reharm. All right, so we go F, and then we're going to go to D minor, so we're going to put a A7 in there, not in root position, so that bass line can move down like that. And then D minor, and here's like, you call it C sharp diminished, but since it's going to F, it's probably functioning as the C 7th chord, right? It's pretty close to C 7th, going to F, which we usually make a major 7th, and then we're getting to B flat, so quick passing chord there. That's like a substitute of F 7th. You know, you could go F dominant 7th to B flat, but here we're going B. That's the tritone substitution. F 7th, but the tritone substitution there, you see, this is all F7. There's your tritone substitution. It's still good because there's root, 3rd, 7th, flat 5, and then we get to B flat. All right, so got all of that? Here. Okay, now the same trick I did here, I'm going to do down here, but it's a little too low, so I'm going to might jump up here to a higher octave. But I'll do it there, and then all right. And our next chord in the original chart is G 7th, so we're going to do a half step above that. That's really you know, a tritone substitution. It's a reharmonization and a tritone substitution. Most people just think of it as approaching the chord from a half step above. You got a dominant chord, you can play a half step above it and come down into it. But if you really analyze it, what you're doing is taking D minor, you're reharmonizing it to D 7th, then you're doing the tritone substitution of that, and then you're playing a hip chord to make it sound even better. Yeah, something like that. And then we get to our G chord, and I played it as a 13 here, so I could throw that in, and then our C 7th. Okay, so that's the A section, and that's the most complicated part of the song. Now there's 2 other sections of the song that are pretty simple, but they're in completely different keys. And here's how you remember the keys, all right? Song's in F, right? So the first key center is basically around F. The next key center is around A, and the next key center is around C. The three notes of the triad, the three notes of the F major triad. So when we get to the second section, we'll be in the key of A, and it'll sound like this. All right, nothing to do with the key of F. All right, we're totally in the key of A now. And how do we get there? On the chart, it's just in F, and it goes. It just goes to it. But, of course, we're going to do something better than that. So let's say we're going through the A section for the second time, because it does repeat. And then I'll show you how to get to the A major section. All right, here we go. So I put a dominant chord in right before the A. We're on F, and we can go E dominant to A. Now, what can you do with the dominant chord? You could put a 2 in front of it. So we could go from F, B, E, A. That's pretty common too. And then the original chart, just has like the root chord and the dominant chord. But we'll do 1, 6, 2, 5, 1 again. Okay, now we want to get to C, so, we're in A. It's easy to just jump up to the 2 chord of C, and it's 5, and end up in the key of C. So if you're in A and you want to get to the key of C, go to a 2, 5, 1. And here we are at the next section. And once again, the original chart's just got the 1 chord and the 5 chord, but we're going to make it 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. 1, 6, 2, 5, 1. All right. Now we want to get back to F. So instead of just playing at C, we'll make it C dominant. And of course, we can precede it by its 2 with G minor. And then we're back to the last section of the song, which I think is pretty much like the first section. Let's check it out. Yes. All right, really great song, Beyond the Sea.